Okay, so I talked about British law. Like I say, I can't tell you the laws in every single country. America's got 52 states, number of states. You know, I'm British, I really shouldn't know the answer to that. I shouldn't be expected to know the answer to that. But the thing to remember is that each state, and I am aware of this, has different laws, even referring to guns, open carry, that kind of thing. So whatever state you're in, you need to really check out the law in your area. You don't want to get arrested for doing something silly. So now I want to talk about awareness. Okay, in a previous video I said that I don't carry a weapon. Why don't I carry a weapon in public? It's against the law. And I've already mentioned that, it's against the law. So if I was to get caught with weaponry, I'm going to get into serious trouble. Okay? So don't do it. Okay? Now, what about these people that are carrying weapons? Obviously they want to be able to conceal the weapon, so it can't be too big. Okay? Now, I'm not in a public place. Okay? So in my possession, I have a number of knives. Okay? So don't get rid of that. I don't carry knives. This is for demonstration purposes, okay? So, if I was to carry, by the way, this was a rubber knife. If I was trying to carry this around in my pocket, it's kind of got to kind of stick out a bit. I could probably stick it down my trousers like that and hide it down there, like that. That's going to be quite comfortable, and it's also going to stick. By the way, I'm showing you ways. I'm not giving you ideas here, legal disclaimer, how to carry a knife if you want to carry a knife. I'm telling you what people may do to deceive you and attack you, right? So please keep that in mind. A legal disclaimer, I'm not giving you ideas on how to carry a knife. I'm giving you ideas on what people will do or what you could kind of expect from people, okay? So, that's quite a big thing to carry, even if you're, say, out on the street. A lot of these lads wear tracksuits, sweatsuits, stuff like that. So, having these pocket things, it's quite hard to hide it, okay? So this is a rubber one. Okay. So, like I say, I don't carry weapons, and I never would do, so don't come round my house trying to arrest me because I don't do stuff like that. Okay. So, again, this one. Now this, if somebody stabbed you with that, we've seen how long that blade is. Okay? How thick is your body? Right? If that blade was to go in all the way into a human person's body, that would cause irreparable damage. Imagine being stabbed with it a couple of times. You're probably going to die pretty quickly. You're going to bleed out. Okay? Although, say, with the other one, it's kind of quite big to carry still, okay? So concealment of this by somebody who is breaking the law is going to be quite difficult. And again, it's quite spiky still, also, carry on like, unless you can make some kind of weird scabbard thing to put it down a sock or whatever. And again, I'm just surmising, I have no idea, okay? So that it would be, pretty devastating weapon. Okay. My final size would be this paring knife. Again, this could be seen about similar size in prison for those that have ever watched anything on TV, or have watched some of these programs where they're showing you what prisoners might do. This is where my information comes from, or it's not. I've never been to prison, but they have something called a shank, and basically they walk up to you and just shank you, stab you a couple of times, and just walk off, bump, and away you're kind of done. Okay, so for concealment, and again, legal disclaimer. Right, this is quite a nice thing to really hide if you were one of those people who carried a knife. If you're very aware, if anybody ever turns around and says, hey, I watched a video and a guy told me how to carry this knife and conceal it, legal disclaimer, I'm telling you not to do that. right? This is for your survival as an individual in a public place and what to be aware of, okay? Now, one thing I can also tell you about is that when somebody stabs you, whether it be like this, whether it be like that, right, and you don't see it, right, okay, if you want to feel like what it feels like, right, just hit yourself like that, right? Your skin is all made up of nerves. Beyond that sensory area inside, you won't feel anything. Your organs don't have nerves, right? Nerves are designed to let you know that you've been injured, okay? So if you're in a fight and all of a sudden you feel something like that in your back or your leg or something like that, and you think you're being punched, at first you probably don't even see it, but pretty soon, if you have been stabbed, there will be blood coming all over the place, okay? But like I say, it will just feel like you've just been punched, okay? So, with all that said, right, what can you do when you're on the street? Now that, see, what I was just described to you there is to wake your mind up, to make you more aware, right, of what's out there on the street, what the lengths people will go to, okay, if they want to carry a weapon, okay. I would strongly suggest, why would you want to hurt somebody? It's not a nice thing to do, okay. But there are lots of scared teenagers out there, and it's primarily these young people who are really, really scared and worried they're going to get hurt. So they know the histories of other people carrying weapons, so they carry a weapon, and lo and behold, everybody's carrying weapons, and it's not nice, okay? So, when I'm walking around in public, what do? I listen, okay? The reason I'm listening is because there are things behind me that I can't see, okay? As a rule, I casually walk down the road, and as I'm doing so, I'm looking all around me, in front of me, okay? And if I'm crossing a road, or I'm looking, I casually go, and look over there. That will I can see through a provisional vision if somebody's behind me or whatnot, okay? And what if somebody walks past me that looks a little bit, a little bit off? What I'll do is walk past, and then if there's depending on the direction of the sun, if my shadow's in front of me, I'll listen for a while and keep an eye on my shadow. Okay, if there's a reflective surface, like a window or something like that, or a car or whatever, reflective surface, I'll give that a little glance to make sure I'm not being followed. Right? Some people just have bad days. Some people go crazy. You never know. Okay? You never ever know. Okay, what's around the corner? Somebody may have escaped from a local mental institution and maybe losing the plot, and that may be another situation. The list is endless. Okay, so it's about being aware of your surroundings. Okay, so on the area that I live, some of the main areas into the estate are flats, and they have square arches, and it is not uncommon for a number of individuals to chill out when it's raining, or just sitting there, have a chat. Okay. Now, I personally would not like to walk through that tunnel with those people there. Why? One of them a crazy lunatic and decides to pull a knife on me. Okay. So, if I see that situation, what am I going to do? I ain't no commando. My name isn't Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm going to carry on walking another way. I will divert. If it's in front of me, I will divert off into another path and keep an eye out, make sure I'm not being followed, okay? That is just awareness. I'm not paranoid or anything like that. It is simply being cautious and aware. Whether I was walking past a bunch of guys, if there was like 3 or 4 guys, all walking towards me in the street, again, I don't know them from Adam. They don't know me. I don't know what they're going to do. Okay, they're probably just harmlessly walking down the road, having a wonderful time. But I don't know. Okay, now I wouldn't want to cause some kind of weird confrontation. Okay, so what do? I walk another way. I've been asked the questions a number of times. I saw some people walking towards me, and it turns out they did mug me. But what could I have done? I said, well, you could try walking another way. Just even if it takes longer. Right? Be aware. Check your surroundings. You don't have to walk around like some crazy ninja, but you need to be aware of what's going on around you. Okay? In Japanese it's called sanchin. Yeah? Awareness. Okay? So that's enough on that subject. I'll move on, and I'll see you for the next lesson.